YouTube, you already know, Big Flopper with a convict's perspective. I'm gonna smash, dash, and slide on through. A little bit of energy, man. What's cracking, people? So please hit the like, subscribe, comment, man, and check this out. So the Aryan Brotherhood, as you guys already know, Ronnie Yandel, William Sylvester, Brant Daniel, Pat Brady, and Jason Corbett, they were all indicted in 2019. Several people have since to plea deals. Today, the federal grand jury returned more charges against this organization, the Aryan Brotherhood, of its alleged members. So I'm gonna read something that just came out today. Now they already knew that new charges were coming. They were expected to file these charges back in November, but they waited till now. So I'm gonna read what came out today in a press release. A federal grand jury added murder counts to a list of previously filed racketeering charges against 5 inmate members of the California Aryan Brotherhood for 4 state prison yard slayings from 2011 to 2018. U.S. Attorney Philip A. Talbert said all 5 men, Ronald Yandel, 58, William Sylvester, 53, Brant Daniel, 46, Pat Brady, 50, and Jason Corbett, 49, could be sentenced to death in federal prison if convicted of the charges. This superseding indictment strikes at the heart of the Aryan Brotherhood prison gang, with 5 defendants now facing murder charges that carry with them the possibility of death penalty. This white supremacist gang plagues our communities inside and outside prison and are responsible for some of the most brutal crimes committed within prison walls. Okay. According to court documents between 2011 and 2016, Aryan Brotherhood members and associates engaged in racketeering activity, committing multiple acts involving murder and drug trafficking offenses. Yandel and Sylvester oversaw a significant heroin and methamphetamine trafficking operation from their shared cell. They used smuggled in cell phones to direct their drug trafficking activity from their prison cell to the streets of Sacramento and their California cities. The new charges allege that the 5 Aryan Brotherhood members murdered 4 other inmates as part of their gang activities and conspired to murder several others. The indictment charges that October 7, 2011, Sylvester murdered an inmate at Folsom State Prison. On August 12, 2015, Yandel ordered an associate to carry out an order to murder a rival prison gang member at Folsom State Prison. In addition, the new indictment alleges that gang member Daniel killed an inmate at Salinas Valley State Prison on October 29, 2016. Corbett and Brady murdered an inmate on July 20, 2018 at High Desert State Prison as part of their role in the gang. Prison gangs like the Aryan Brotherhood cannot hide behind bars and commit heinous acts of violence without impunity, said Drug Enforcement Administration Acting Special Agent in Charge Bob Barris. These additional charges deal another significant blow to this criminal organization. If convicted on the murder and the 8 of racketeering charges, each of the 5 defendants face a mandatory life sentence or the possibility of the death penalty. The U.S. Attorney General will decide whether to seek the death penalty at a later time. So, pretty self-explicit, man. This Aryan Brotherhood indictment is a lot bigger than people realize, man. The operations that they were these alleged Aryan Brotherhood members that were allegedly committing has been widespread throughout the state. There's been several individuals who have since took plea deals, both on the streets as well as in prison. And, I thought these individuals were mainly already doing life, most of them. So, in adding all these indictment charges, I'm trying to figure out what's the state agenda here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand if this is to try to branch them out and send them to the federal system and eliminate the problem here in the state of California, or is this to I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like, when Pinky went to trial and a couple other people in the past, right? They were already doing life. They weren't going to get out. So I didn't understand when the district attorneys would still file murder charges or seek the death penalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess if they're going to seek the death penalty, I guess maybe they see leverage in that going that route. But I don't know, man. It's just interesting that, a lot of these guys are already doing life in prison, and they'll spend all this money to try to get more crimes and more charges on these alleged gang members. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, what's the purpose? I mean, if you had all these murder charges from the get-go, why didn't you indict them the first time? You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't have enough evidence at that time to link them as far as for a criminal case that it was attributed to the Aryan Brotherhood. So what they probably did was those people who recently took deals, who were moved out of the county jail where they were housed at, possibly maybe one or two or all of them were possibly talking, and that gave them a whole different list of ammunition to file charges. You know, the federal system, you know, they learn as they go. And I think they learned a lot from taking the trial, the ABs, NF, and MA over the last 20 years. You've seen a hard line of indictments. And so I'm trying to figure out where do they see this benefiting them indicting these? You know what I mean? Is the Department of Corrections involved as well? Is the state, you know, pushing the issue to get these guys out of the state prison to the feds, or what's the agenda here? You know, because all this is going to do is, they were set to go to trial, I thought, in April 2023. Now that they've added these murder charges, man, they're probably not going to go. They're probably not going to go to trial probably for another 3 years at least. This is probably going to get put off and put off, and I think most of them are being housed, I think, in Sacramento County Jail, if I'm not mistaken. But then I thought maybe, if I'm not mistaken, I thought maybe they got moved back to Folsom as well. You know what I mean? I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, I mean, this is probably a bigger indictment than anything that's going on with the NF or MA at this time. I think this 2019 with the Aryan Brotherhood, I don't even know what to call this fucking this indictment. Let me look it up real quick, guys. 2019. Give me 1 second. Aryan Brotherhood indictment. They probably give it a cold name too, huh? They be giving some names, like for reals. New charges, okay. You keep on saying 2020. Let me see. Yeah, 5. They got 5 were charged. There's a DEA was involved in this case too, though. And they have not. It does not have a name to it, believe it or not. Yeah, no. Usually they put a name to it. And see, in 2019, when they first got indicted, June 6th, right? It talks about those murders. And see, these are all the other people that were charged. Besides them, it was Michael Torres, Maza, Travis Burhop, Samuel Keaton, Jenna Kesenberry. She got sentenced. I remember that from Sacramento. She's from Antioch. Kevin McNair, Christian DeMar. Just, man, they had everybody there. They had people out there in Sacramento, Los Angeles, Manhattan Beach, all kinds of different locations, man. This is interesting, man. Like I said, there's other alleged hits and murders that they claim that they've been responsible for doing, man. And most of the stuff happened at Folsom Prison, High Desert, and Salinas Valley. So, yeah, new indictment came out, man. So I don't know how this is going to affect them legally. I mean, you know, I've never really seen to where you're 3 years into an indictment and they add additional charges on a RICO Act. So I'm wondering why they didn't put those initially. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder, like I said, what's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? Well, how is that going to help differentiate the case that they already have against them, which is already going to carry either about 30 years or life anyways. Anyways, this is just a news update, something that just hit the news wire, man. I thought I would drop real quick. Everybody out there, have a positive evening, and I'll be going live later on tonight. It's my birthday tomorrow, so maybe I'll go live late tonight. Depends on how I'm feeling. All right, guys, have a good one.